Thank you for clicking on this video. If you enjoy what you see, please like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to ring that bell to stay up to date with our latest content.
And hey, don't forget, check out our Patreon where you can be part of the dream and enjoy this transaction.
Let's turn things over now to Halo Infinite. We tried the test. We're sort of fresh off the test flight right now, the second test flight that is. But I don't. We'll talk about that a little bit probably. But the big thing we want to talk about the announcement, the video. They released a video. When was this?
Wednesday
Wednesday
of last week.
They released a video announcing the test flight and just driving home what we're going to be expecting, what we're going to be experiencing, that sort of thing, trying to be transparent. Now Chris, you had some strong feelings towards this video. Can you let the audience know what it is you were feeling?
Okay. So the thing is, I was very excited because I'm a huge Halo fan for this announcement, and it started off with, hey guys, we're in a holding pattern. We don't know if we have to shift the time zones. And I'm like, wait a minute, you sprung this up on us 2 days ago that this was gonna happen. Why didn't you already have this locked and loaded already?
Right.
That doesn't make sense. And the thing is, you get in front of it and you tell us, but even now, your transparency is running freaking thin. Real thin. It just keeps on being one thing after another. You put yourself in a corner you didn't have to.
Sure.
And look, and not other than that, the presentation.
Yeah.
Liquid, do you want to cut in or do you want me to continue on?
Actually, you know what? Continue on. Go ahead. Give me some more fire. I want to hear it. Let's go.
So, the thing is, this was the worst shit I think I've ever seen it as a presentation. You're showcasing your first-person shooter, and you had some of the worst gameplay ever. Now, I don't mean these people were alright. No, these people were aggressively bad. We live in an age where Twitch, YouTube, Facebook gaming, your grandma streams on Twitch. We know what good gameplay looks like. The amateur could do it. Don't have these poor developers that are actually, dude, they don't play games, they make them. Don't
Right.
have these people like play the game, because then it just looks your game look bad. If I never saw Halo, if I didn't know anything about Halo Infinite and I saw this showing, it was the worst showcase of the splendor of Halo's multiplayer. I would have been like, bro, this game looks like trash. I'm like, so you're, and I would have asked like normal questions like, so when you grab the flag, can you not shoot back? Can you not, like, you think they would showcase like maybe him drop the flag, shoot it, if you could do something like that, or his teammates coming to his defense?
Right.
Not this very blatant. You could tell they were gonna make like a, like, it's what it looked like. These people only know how to make like trailer shots. So you had someone shooting a weapon over his head, and then you had enemy opponents just in front of him jumping up and down waiting for someone to kill him, and then they try to like force play a big thing at the end where they like, it was like really bad machinima.
Yeah. Sure.
It was like really bad season 1 Rooster Teeth that wasn't Rooster Teeth. It was a guy who just found a graphics card on the side of the road. He's like, hey guys, I can make machinima. We could be red versus blue.
Right.
I'm like, what happened? You could literally, you have a pro team, and you could have had them play. You could have been like, hey, this is how it is the casual, and this is how it is more competitive. You could have showed the contrast between the two. Still had that crappy gameplay, and then you would have had something that was more structured across the board for everyone, so the newbie could see that it's okay to be one way, but give them aspirations to be something more in gameplay. And you decided, nah fam, we're just gonna have the worst looking FPS. It looked terrible. It was offensive. I knew it was offensive when I had to rewatch it for work.
Yeah.
I was just like, this sucks. Like, I'm like, you know what? I'm good. I didn't even watch it a second time, and I was like, even with all this new information,
Mm-hmm.
it was just god awful terrible, and no one's talking about it either. That's the shit that blows my mind. I'm like, hey guys, I'm always down. People always come to me, and I'm always defending Halo and stuff like that. Like Liquid was giving me shit, rightfully so, but we had the discourse back and forth.
Right.
No one's giving me the shit on the stuff I feel that they should be. I'm like, no, shit on them for this. But no, you want to talk about? I'm like, no, don't talk about that. Talk about this. This is dumb. I'm like, I'm worried about people getting into Halo, and people are like, and it's just like, this is not how you do it. Who thought this was a good idea? Oh my god, it sucks so fucking bad. Sorry, I'm not pissed off.
Oh, hey, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry I kind of put that on you there, but hey, when I was I watched it as well, and I'll be honest with you, like, so Halo. I'm trying. How can I word this? So Halo's not like my sort of, when it comes to shooters. Halo's not my go-to. I'm excited for this one. Don't get me wrong, and I like playing it. I enjoy it. Every time I play with you guys, you know, I'm having fun. I'm having a blast playing it. I think it feels solid. It's a solid shooter. You know, I think it speaks to me. Maybe not to the same level, but you know, but still impressive. I still like it. It's still very well done. The video talked a lot about, you know, like big team battle. They were talking about bots, and I just lost me. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, I'll be honest with you, like majority of the video, I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't locked in. I could care less. So I know what you're talking about, the gameplay. I went back, I watched a little bit of it. Yes, very cringy, very hard to watch, especially if you're someone who's been playing the game for a long time. This video is probably most likely not for you at all. But at the end of the day, I guess that's what that didn't matter to me. Like, I don't care about big team battle. I don't care about really anything else. My whole thing is 4v4. That's all I really care about myself. And granted, maybe that's a little narrow-minded or a little narrow-sighted even, because, you know, I'm kind of robbing myself of what could potentially be something even better, or something not necessarily better, but something really good. You know, and big team battle may be great. You know, it may be just as good, if not better, than, you know, the 4v4 stuff. It's just, I know what I like. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. I know you made a face. You know, for those who are just listening, Chris made a face, and he's rightfully so. Like, the odds of that happening is going to be very slim. Of big team battle being something better than what I prefer, which is that 4v4 arena style, just fighting. You know, so yeah, that's where I'm at. So yeah, when I saw this video, I'll be honest, yeah, the majority of the time I was not paying attention to it. When they were talking about big team battle, they were talking about like walking the flag and all this crap. I was like, I don't care. Like, I just show me more arena. That's what I'm here for. You know, you want to talk about bots and the bot difficulty? Hey, have fun with that. I still could care less. That's just where I'm at, and that's just me being honest. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's a good thing. I agree with you. I think you're right. You should show a little bit of everything. You want to appease both audiences. You want to get the casual audience. You want to get the hardcore audience. You want to get everybody happy. You want to get everybody excited. And you're right. Having your devs play the same game they made is definitely not the right way to go. There's only select individuals that can create a game and play the game effectively. As effective as you want it to look, essentially. You know, like you said, they have a pro team. They could have easily grabbed a few people, some heads in there, and be like, hey, try this out. You know, let's get some gameplay, let's get some content in there, you know, and then go from there. But they didn't. They decided not to take that approach. It seems like, I know they're really big on transparency. I know that's a big word for them, especially. So maybe that's how. Maybe they took transparency a little too far. I don't know. But yeah, it was a little jarring. But let's shift gears a little bit. We tried the test flight out for ourselves. Let's get some positive. What did you like? Anything different? Anything stood out?
Now, Call of Duty had a problem with Xbox,
Yes.
and it seems to me that Halo has a problem with PC this time around.
Right.
Because I am the only Xbox boy playing this beta with my boys. All right, with a fellow some Patreon, some friends of the show, and I was like, man, you guys are having a lot of problems. I am not having half the problems. Don't get me wrong, some issues are coming up where some stuttering happens and the screen will shake and you're like, but then it like clears up. and it's supposed to be wonky by design.
Hmm.
And that's why you kind of like you get upset, but you're like, this is how it's supposed to be happening.
Right.
And like we get so washed nowadays about betas, we don't realize what an actual beta would be like.
Yeah, that's true.
Like
It's a fact.
we forget. But boy, the game is. We played the 3 maps we played already. But if you go to the training arena, you get some extra games or some extra like equipment. And if you were playing day one and you, I don't want to say hacked, say walked your way into a custom lobby, all right, and you found some new swag that the world has not seen, and you get to see a new pistol, you get to see the dash mechanic, some how the sword looks like, the Hydra of this game, a whole other new weapon. There was a bunch of stuff. And it seems like this rumor of having like 50 guns in this game might actually be true, because even I'm shocked seeing multiple pistols, and I'm like, oh, okay. And I feel like right now we're playing a very basic version of Halo Infinite.
Wow. So
And so,
this is my first time hearing this. Actually, I like in real time. These
Oh, really?
so yeah, these are like
Oh, my
legitimately
bad.
like just several, like they probably shoot differently, you're saying, or what do we
what do you
like
mean?
the, oh sorry, like the
no,
pistols for
Oh
example.
no, the pistol. Yeah, the pistol's like a brute pistol.
Okay.
If you don't know, for the people who, if you don't know, if you've never played Halo, the Brute is like an alien faction in the war that you'll be battling against in this game, and you have done in the past. But they have specific brute weapons, and one of them is a brute pistol. And apparently, it's very good for taking out shields. And I know, like it's basically, I think it's supposed to be like you have the human pistol,
Mm-hmm.
you have the Covenant pistol, the plasma pistol, and this is supposed to be the brute side of that.
Oh.
Like trying to do it like in 3. And this time you see where the sword is very Halo 2 in its stature. I know like it's asking too much of Liquid, but if you were to see like Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo 4, you see that's why it's too much. But
Okay.
just know like you can raise it, and all like you can see how the guns or how the swords raise, and it's like a higher side, and it's a very Halo 2-esque. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know that I would appreciate something like that. So I very much liked it.
Okay.
Seeing the Hydra, seeing some of the new like the Hydra we saw in Halo, I want to say Halo 4 or Halo 5 release, and people really dug it. And I'm happy that it has a new look, new aesthetic, and like the new weapon. Hell, we saw a Brute gun during the showcase that they showed off,
Mm-hmm.
and just like you shoot it, and if people are close, it like hits lightning and hits other Spartans around it.
Wow.
And so like if someone's like camping an area,
Right.
and you get one good shot, everyone's weak. You throw a grenade, boom, you just got an overkill. Overkill's 4 kills really fast. How you doing? On to the next one. So I think they're trying to like. I think there's weapons that are. It's gonna be very interesting,
Okay.
and I'm very fascinated. And I hope Halo doesn't do what Halo did with Halo 3. God, don't take a shot every time I say Halo today. But where like guns will have like specific, like this gun is used for this thing, this like for these specific moments.
Okay.
and not just
Situational.
generalized.
Right.
It's situational. That's the word I'm looking for. Thank you. And I think that's okay. And the guns look cool and it's fun, and people got to use it. And the people who did get to use it and try it out did like the weaponry already. So
Nice.
cool guns in a cool game is kind of like, it's sometimes you forget like, oh, sometimes just having cool guns is to go.
Yeah. It makes for a good recipe. Who would have thought?
Wow.
In a shooter. But yeah, no, I agree. The game it's solid, still feels solid. You know what I'm saying? It's I love the guns that are already what I've played so far. The fact that you're telling me there's more guns sounds. I remember the rumor. I remember the 50 guns. And I know like you're telling me now with this brute pistol and these other guns here. I think that sounds great. I think it sounds amazing. I'm sure there's going to be probably certain game types that probably feature these guns and this weaponry.
Probably.
Yeah, but yeah, no, that's exciting. That's good stuff. I wish there was something. I know this game comes out on December 8th. I kind of wish they were talking about that a little bit more. I don't know why they would keep it under wraps for like, even if you don't want to reveal every gun. I mean, at least something like, hey guys, we got some new stuff coming in. Like, I don't know why. I wonder why would they be keeping that a secret.
I don't know, maybe it was supposed to be a surprise secret for next week's beta.
Yeah.
Oh, what? All these guns are here, so they can have that conversation
Okay.
on Twitter while they're working, getting new data, and then people just like carry the conversation. They didn't know that Halo is filled with a bunch of nerds like me, and they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna talk about everything now."
Right.
So
No, that's great.
it is what it is.
Yeah, no, I'm glad to hear it. That's good stuff. Anything else about the flight in general that you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, they need to fix BXB really bad. If you don't know what that is, it's a way to cancel the animation for a melee. So if you get near someone, they basically explode with your fist. Now, it could just be with this beta. They cannot... It needs to be like on the top of the list of priorities of things you need to fix. Because anytime I'm near anyone, I don't try to think like, oh, let me use this grenade, let me use this pistol, no, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna just
Yeah.
I'm just gonna hit him and he's gonna explode, and if he doesn't do it to me, I'm gonna do it to him. And yeah, so it's just it takes away one of the core mechanics of the Halo dance that Bungie has made famous.
Right.
It's like melee guns and grenades,
Mm-hmm.
and one is a little stronger than the others,
Right.
so it messes up with that balance.
No, I agree. This is something that definitely needs to be fixed. Sure, is it fun to use? Absolutely. It's fun to try it out, But once, like, for example, I'm just to give people an idea, I'm shooting at a guy, he's just sprinting straight at me. You know what I'm saying? So I shot him enough where I put enough bullets where I can go ahead and just melee him and get the kill. But he's sprinting straight at me, and then he does that. The melee cancel melee, and then now we're both dead. So I'm just like, dude, like I literally put my whole clip in this dude and meleeed him, and yet we're both dead. It just doesn't seem right. So yeah, no, I agree. Either they take out the sprint, which they're not going to take out the sprint. Every shooter has to have sprint now. It's kind of a modern day thing that like it's going to be there.
It's a staple.
Yeah, exactly. Staple's perfect. So yeah, no, I agree. I think this thing's they're going to take this thing out on the next thing smoking.
Yeah, yeah, as soon as they can, because because you have people like the heart and soul of the show, Justin Cornflake.
Mm-hmm.
He is exploiting the crap out of
Oh.
it, and that's what's gonna happen.
Right.
Because and especially he's on mouse, and the way he plays, it just works perfectly. So all he has to do is like wheel something, I guess, and he just everything that gets around Justin. I'll see. I'm like, oh, he's running near Justin, and then you just see like poof.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh yeah, I'm like, Justin got him.
Yeah, he'll get triple
And just
kills with
keep
just
him-
melees. It's crazy. So no, I agree.
Yeah, and it kind of makes OS unimportant, because I totally went heads up with the OS guy and just murked him. I'm like, wow, you fought for that OS.
Yeah.
You got it. You equipped it, and it was for nothing.
And for those who don't know, OS is over shields, so you're supposed to have extra shields, and this thing will just burn right through it. So yeah, absolutely, this is gonna be taken out. There's no doubt in my mind. If it doesn't get taken out, then it gets nerfed in some way. But I'm confident it's coming out. It has to. It just has to.
Yeah, just hasn't been this bad since Halo 2, and I am interested. It is interesting for such an old Halo head like myself to see what BXB and BXR would kind of be, how it would be now in a more modern day. And it's just so funny how people aren't mad at it, they're more celebrating it, because it brings the old heads nostalgia, and the new kids are like, oh cool, all I have to do is this. Okay,
Right.
but it's like, it breaks the game. Don't have it in there. But I'm glad during the beta and the flight, like now we can have fun with it. Like it just is what it is.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's about everything I can think about. I don't know anything else on the test flight you wanted to talk about before we go on to Nintendo.
No. Before we get to Nintendo, we'll briefly touch up on Big Team Battle and how we felt about it. I really want to
yeah.
know Liquid's opinion.
Oh yeah, same
Because
here.
like I said, Liquid wants to know Liquid's
I
opinion.
really
So
want to
we
know
gotta
Liquid's
let-
opinion.
We gotta know what Liquid thinks
Yeah.
about.
If there's one
Halo.
opinion I value most, it's my own. So let's go.